Hello, and welcome back to the world of Arklands and to Mize Academy. When we last left our heroes, they continued their investigation, looking into the grave robberies in a town that I can't remember the name of.
Kaskar.
Kaskar, thank you. Looking into the grave robberies in Kaskar. After talking at the temple, the market, the tavern, and investigating the mausoleum itself, they decided to turn in for the evening, start up again the next day. However, due to some very high passive investigation, Airy and Crow were able to, or passive perception rather, Airy and Crow were able to discover a hidden attic, which they went up into, and due to the curious nature of the boys, they also decided to go up.
I don't know if it was so much of curious nature, so much as it was...
Concern?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Eddie, are you okay? I'm fine. Make an insight roll. I don't need to.
In the attic, they discovered a variety of interesting items.
Yeah!
Including children's books, books of fairy tales, and research into necromancy. What appeared to be a young child's bed, and a tea set out.
According to that video, she's looped.
Anyway.
And most concerning of all, a ritual circle with a strange organic mass spread out across it. Tendrils of this organic substance crisscrossing over each other. Caspian decided to use his paladin ability of divine sense to see if there was any undead in the room, and immediately detected an undead presence near the ritual circle. As Crow was right next to it, he warned her to step back, that something was in it. But as Crow moved, the ping of undead moved with her. And with Caspian's
Distress?
distress is a good word. That is where we return for tonight's episode. So,
All right, let's go loot.
Baby is pushing out a
Caspian.
rib cage.
I would like you, if you are trying to hide your reaction, to make a deception check.
You got high charisma.
He does have high
That
charisma.
was unintentionally the last session before the break for Christmas. So Noah's had a lot of time to think about things.
Yeah. 13.
13.
I rolled a 9.
My passive insight is 18.
I can tell.
I figured it would not be difficult to tell that something is bothering Cass right
Yep.
now.
I rolled higher than you on the die.
So,
Cass, why'd you stop moving?
Should go with my passive, but if not, it's...
Castle dismisses spear. Full salon.
You seem very alarmed at the moment.
It's fine.
I thought there was something coming from there, but I don't sense it now. But we should be careful.
I would like you to make a deception check.
Well, he does not sense it anymore.
Yes, you do.
It only lasts for 6 seconds. He knows.
That's fair, but we're still, even if the
14.
It's still deceptive.
Oh, sorry.
Even if it's
16.
factually true, like you are still trying to hide something.
Yeah.
Through it. I would also like Crow to make a deception check.
She did roll a 19 on insight.
Yeah.
So
Aries not paying attention.
that is another 19.
Ooh, nice.
-1.
So, Crow, seemingly unperturbed. What did you roll for your second?
I rolled a 16.
16. Okay. So what do you do?
Cass is going to...
Cass says that he doesn't detect it anymore. Is there any reaction from the two of you?
Aries not really paying much attention. She kind of looked over and he says he doesn't detect it anymore. She's like, oh, okay. And she's going back to looking through all the books.
Okay.
Elnose's leader just lied to him and he's very suspicious. Because Cass does not lie. And yet...
What did you roll? What did you roll?
My first roll was a 17.
Yeah.
And
the second one?
so, I would say...
Which is why he's not saying anything right now, because the second one was a 7.
So he
can't tell anything
he
beyond that.
couldn't tell that you were lying, but he does not believe that you were telling the truth.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. As long as he can't tell it's outright a lie.
Aries has a high
That's
passive Aries has an 18 passive insight, but she's
Yeah.
not paying attention.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Understood.
Cass is going to turn around, though, and start investigating. Because I think he was going to start investigating the bed more.
Yeah.
But he didn't get the chance to because of that. So he's going to turn his attention to that.
Okay. I would say make an investigation check with disadvantage.
That's fair. Oh, the first one was good. I think my investigation is a negative. 4.
Understood. Yeah, you're kind of you're not actually investigating so much as making yourself look busy.
Yeah.
Crow will kneel down next to the circle with a knife in her hand and start like poking at this residue on the circle.
It's been a month. I don't recall what checks were made prior, so
let me see if I wrote
can make
anything
a new
down.
I'm gonna say go ahead
I made
and
really
make
high ones last time,
a
but
nature or survival check.
okay.
I suck at both of those.
Nature's better. That is flat 20. Good so far.
In nature, you kind of poking at it, you kind of lift some up. It's organic. With a flat 20, it is not animal nor plant. And considering you can see it and it's not therefore microscopic, that only leaves one organic category, which is fungus.
Cool. She's gonna cut off a piece and taste it.
I do know that last time we had determined it was a conjuration-based magic that was
Yes, and this is the residue
From
left
that.
behind.
Yeah.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Thank God. You need to have consequences for that.
14.
Needs to have consequences for that.
Let me taste the things.
No, you can't just walk up and randomly bite something that was obviously conjured with a demonic circle.
It's not demonic.
Taste them.
There's no demons in this world. It can't be demonic.
That's fair.
It's undead.
That doesn't make it better.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to
That's
that.
cannibalism. An undead
it's
eating an
not.
undead.
Yeah.
That, my dear children, is called cannibalism. It's frowned upon in most societies.
What are you doing?
We're gonna get back to that. So,
I have resistance.
don't worry, it's not poison.
Can start seeing things.
What kind of mushroom was it? Was it the tasty one? Was it the fun one? Was it the one?
Is it the one that makes her grow? Gives her extra life?
Shrinks her down real small.
Makes
Yeah.
you temporarily
Only
invincible.
takes off like half an inch.
I just want you to roll me a d20.
Sure.
I have
Not
no
for
idea
some-
what that could mean.
11.
It means
11?
he's looking at a chart.
No, it's not. I would say you have had mushrooms before.
Okay.
And so you're just like, it tastes bad, but not like...
Is that opinion or...
It.
I like mushrooms. You don't.
That is true. Even if you did like mushrooms, it tastes bad.
Okay.
Not, oh, this is going to kill me bad, but it just...
It's not cooking material.
No. Most certainly not.
Maybe it was a good thing I didn't eat before the session.
What does it remind me of?
Honestly, there's not...
The bottom of a shoe. Sorry, the inside bottom of a shoe.
That would be...
That's fair. Musky.
It tastes of decay.
Fair.
Why are we spending so much time on this?
I was curious. Anyways.
Curiosity killed the crow.
Yeah, curiosity killed the Ryan's stomach.
No, that was already dead.
No, sorry, bro.
Anyway,
So, you're investigating the books. You had gone through them.
we've gone through it, and I found like notes that gradually got darker and darker, songs and poems and things like that. I'm just kind of gathering up the books and just like putting them in a stack to take downstairs with me.
And Elle?
He's sitting at the entryway to the ladder, just hanging out, watching everybody, not moving.
Harry goes over and says, "Hold on to these for me.
Oh, okay. Are you stealing books?
No one's here."
I mean, this
Obviously, it
thing's
belongs
connected
to
a room.
someone.
You can read them up here.
Considering the circumstances, I think it could be considered evidence right now.
It'd be easier
This-
to read them in better light.
This is now
For the
an
record,
active
it's actually
investigation.
fairly well lit up here.
How is it lit?
Hanging candles. Same way you're...
How long have they been burning?
Magic.
make an investigation
yeah.
check.
Ooh.
I was wondering that. Like, how are there lights here? What is the evidence? Why am I rolling good? Investigation?
Don't argue it.
No kidding.
24.
24. The candles... every room has like a what's the word? Like a stand. Is it a candelabra?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Has a stand with between 1 and 3 candles on it, as well as one on the bedside table to provide some general light. There's also sconces on the walls that are put out during the day and are lit at night to preserve them. The candles in here have been burning for a while and are almost down to the end, but are still burning.
So at least
How long does a candlestick last?
Depends on the candlestick burning. With a 24, these would have been lit by someone as probably 2 days ago. Maybe even sooner. Maybe even just like within the past 36 hours.
They might come back.
All right, takes the book back and
Last time they were here was not that long ago.
puts
It's
them
not
back
abandoned, that's for sure.
over on the table.
We should find out who had the room that you girls are staying in. Who was here before us? That
it
might
too
be a
late
good
to ask?
place to start.
I don't think we should go around just asking random questions.
Why not?
Because this is obviously an area that someone did not want to be found, and we found it. If we start asking questions, people could get suspicious. We could have people coming after us. I
The
don't
only
want that.
person that we need to ask is the person who runs the tavern.
Why don't we be a little bit more cautious than just... Hey, did you know that there's a random room with a
No,
thing
we're
up
just
top-
we're just
above us?
asking about who regularly rents the room that Crow and I are staying in. Because if this
I
is
have
the
a
only
bad feeling
access
about it.
point,
Well, how about we try and be more subtle about it? Asking questions that aren't directly related to this.
Like lowering your voice too.
oh yes, the walls are very thin here.
Were you knocking on the wall or the
floor.
Which section?
He's kind of standing near the middle of the room at this point.
Thump, thump, thump.
That's it.
Point taken.
Can you see
I'm going back to my room.
between all the floorboards and anything like that? Or are they
No,
pretty
it's pretty
solid?
Pretty solid.
All right.
Cass is gonna go back to his room and put his armor back on.
So, as you head down the ladder and exit the door, Grave is standing in the hallway. Arms crossed kind of loosely. Just who I wanted to talk to.
Alright. We're kind of in the middle of something.
Walk with
what
me.
did you... Okay.
Cass is in trouble.
And he begins walking towards the exit of the floor.
Okay.
Do you
Cass will follow.
Elle's going to sneakily follow.
Make a stealth check. Well, first, make a perception check.
You also have
Grave
books in
would have
your
been
hands
keeping
right now.
his voice down.
No, I took the books back.
Okay.
It's 11 on perception. Elle was at the ladder, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And you guys had closed the
So
door.
you do notice, so make a stealth check then.
Got it. Be nice to me. That was not nice to me.
Wow, I think even Cass will notice.
I think Cass will notice.
Roll.
5.
Cass will notice.
I kind of want to use an inspiration for that.
Do you have one?
I don't think you have any left. You use them all against me.
I think he has one.
Okay.
I think you have one left.
We're gonna use it. Come on. Oh, so much better.
That's it.
That's a 16.
That's a 16. Okay. Grave.
Just
walks
within
with
earshot.
Yep. Walks all the way downstairs to the main floor and sits down. Actually, no, he won't sit down inside. He will exit the tavern.
Oh, okay. Cass is gonna, as he's walking through the tavern, though, look around to see if, is there anyone there?
There's a few stragglers. There's what's his name?
Oh, Solomon?
Solomon. Yep. Solomon is enjoying the surplus of drinks.
Yep. I imagine he's got 10 drinks in front of him.
The barkeep is not there.
Okay.
Someone else appears to be covering the late night shift.
Okay.
Young, a kid, not more than 15.
Okay.
That's not serving drinks, but is just essentially being there so that someone's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you follow Grave outside? Mm-hmm. He goes right across so there's the main road, Jacob's Road, and the path comes off of that at a 90-degree angle. The tavern is on one side of it. Directly on the other side of that path is a pond, which Grave goes and kind of just sits in front of. Just kind of sitting in the grass.
Cass will kind of look around. Is there something wrong?
Well, no, though I'm concerned that you might not think the same.
There are very much things going wrong right now. We just found a whole necromantic...
I'm aware.
Oh, I guess you could probably hear us.
Oh, no. There appears to be a degree of soundproofing between the attic and the main floor.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, the only sound I got through was a literal knocking on the... He takes out the book that he's been reading all day and hands it to you.
What is this? I'll pick it up.
Every page is blank.
That's a bit of a sly move, isn't it?
I have not just been on my ass, so to speak. All of his sieges are not to interfere until given reason to.
So
but
you've
we are
already
prepared
found
to do so. It's all been your investigation. I've just been scrying and watching over your shoulder the entire time.
Ah, I see. That's not at all weird, but okay. Cass will hand him the book back.
Consider it a guardian angel. But what that means is that I saw your face. I know. I'm familiar enough with the capability of a paladin to know what you know.
Castle, sit down.
Hence, everything is all right, but I'm not so sure that you believe so.
Cass is just going to remain silent. Grave. I have a level of trust in you, being a member of the school, and from what interactions we've had.
I greatly appreciate that.
I would trust that you know what you are doing. And if there were true evil there, that she wouldn't be at the school.
You would be correct in that.
I don't know what she is. But I know that I find a great level of discomfort in it.
Given the circumstances, I can't say I'm surprised. And I do not blame you for it.
How long have you known?
Since I met her. Well, since I met her the second time.
I know that she is still a person.
Correct.
Because I do not think that if she were what she feels like, she would have such personality.
Right answer, wrong method. It is not my place to say how or why or any details. The undead are not inherently evil. Just as celestials are not inherently good. A story everyone on this plane should be more than familiar with. Is that an army of light killed the creator of this world?
Yes, I know it well.
Now, it just means that there's not a clear dividing line. Undead are typically, they have a tendency towards evil, and Celestials typically towards good, but it is not a hard and fast rule. Crow isn't even the only one in your year that you would get that sense from. And there is someone on faculty. What I can tell you is that just like you or I, all of them possess souls. Whether they are good or evil, or anything in between, has nothing to do with how they appear to a magical sense. It has to do, just as with you and I, with the choices they make.
Will that give us trouble down the line?
My choice.
It depends. Depending on where you go, you being a half-elf could give you trouble. There are a number of circumstances, so I cannot truthfully say that there will be no issues. But if you're questioning whether she has control over herself, whether she's a product of some necromancer, no.
I take it that if we don't know that by now, she doesn't particularly want to talk about it.
Because you've shared everything of your past.
No, it hasn't come up.
Why would it have for her? Especially knowing that the reaction you have, while understandable, is the typical one.
That's fair. I suppose for now, we will treat it as unimportant. Unless it becomes important.
If you have questions,
I have a lot of them, actually.
ask her.
Castle, get up, pat Grave on the shoulder. Yeah, I think she'll talk to me, sure.
Never know till you try.
We'll walk back toward the tavern.
Come out, Elle.
Does Grave wait until...
Absolutely waits.
You turn your right and you see Elle.
Oh no, he waits until Caspian is through the doors.
Oh.
Yeah, because Grave does not move. He's still sitting by the pond.
So I take it you knew the whole time?
As I said, from the second time I met her.
I was talking about me and my hiding.
Oh, yes.
Dang it. I thought I did a good job that time.
You did.
Oh, wait. But I was hiding from you.
If you're able to pick someone's pocket, that is a testament of skill. If a master thief catches you, it doesn't mean that you didn't do a decent job. It just means you picked the wrong mark.
I think you're complimenting me, but it's late and I'm tired and I don't get it. But
it means don't ever expect to hide from me.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
I can understand that. But that seemed to go over well.
All things considered, I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
As with most things, it now lies in their hands. Whatever choices they decide to make.
Why doesn't Cass like that she's colder than we initially thought?
Those that harness divine magic have a understandable bias against the undead. They are given often inherent skills and abilities to rebuke them, to damage them, because most often undead are evil.
99% of the time I would say yes, actually.
I would give it a 95, but
Okay. But yes, most
when
of
it comes to the planescape, Elysium, the source and home of most Celestials, is the bastion of good, and Hades, the source and home for many undead and necromantic magic, is the bastion of evil. There is a cosmological bias, which is why I do not hold it against him. For that is his reaction. I just hoped to give him an opportunity to consider a different perspective before anything got too set in stone.
Good. I don't want my team to have problems with each other, especially if we get into a fight. We should trust one another.
I agree.
But we should also be honest with one another. Something that they'll hopefully learn soon.
Everyone has their secrets. Everyone.
Does it count if I don't know it?
So you've been entirely honest with Eri about everything you feel.
If I was, I don't think she'd get it.
While entirely possible, the point still remains. For one reason or another, everyone has their secrets.
It's really not a secret, but okay. It seems that everyone but Eri knows. But
Well, you have decided to spend
hang on.
time.
Everyone but Eri knows, and that's okay. Because I'm going to be for Eri what she needs, not what I want.
A very honorable stance. But
I haven't told them I'm half dragon, so there's that too.
that would also apply.
I knew it!
What's your, would you like to make an insight check?
Sure.
Just a slightly decayed version.
Hey,
Cold.
El Trust Grave. So you might... 12.
12?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems straight-faced.
Okay. That's BS, but sure.
Yeah, but he seems unperturbed by this information. That would also apply. Yeah. Roll a 15.
Oh, man! Dang it!
12 on the die. He's only got a +3 to deception.
Wow.
Sorry, I don't have guidance for you.
One day.
I wonder if I can't get guidance myself, but I don't want to waste magical secrets.
That's okay. I'll take it later.
None of you know that, by the way.
No.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, Cass doesn't. I've known for a while.
Yes, you have.
I assumed.
You knew.
I did.
Yeah, everyone but you knew.
Yeah, I knew you weren't human. I knew you had
Are you
something over
human?
the dragon.
Mostly.
No. Halfly.
Pretty even split.
Yeah. His dad's a minotaur.
Oh, technically speaking, we never actually discussed.
No, his dad's a minotaur.
No. Yes. We can describe Elle 100% accurately as humanoid.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
Did Elle come, like, from an egg? Or was he
Were
alive
you
bird?
hatched or were you
He
born?
doesn't know.
I have no idea.
I know.
You were there for it.
You assume that? Of course. Were you not there for your own birth? Did you miss that date? Were you late there?
Sorry, I was
It all started when my parents did not show up for my birth.
Watch me bury the platypus.
Oh, okay. But with that,
it doesn't matter. As her being undead doesn't matter. So.
and with time comes trust. Now, we should get some rest.
Yes, I'm tired. I don't like this town. I want to go back to the school.
I think you're doing rather well.
Oh, thanks.
All
Wow,
things
I'm
considered.
hungry. What?
Let's go.
Okay.
Gray will get up and kind of walk you back inside.
What do you think?
Nothing.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
So, while the boys are shenanigans,
The boys are having deep intellectual discussions.
Well,
I was being sarcastic.
what are the girls doing?
Crow's just kind of loosely investigating the rest of the room for anything interesting, impactful. She stays away from the books, though. There's no point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aries
Aries got that covered.
Aries looking through the book. She's got the ones with all the poems and things. She's looking through the ones on necromancy, looking for any particular highlights. Is everything written in common?
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
10 and a 9, so it's only a 12.
12. Everything you can find is written in common. Some of it is definitely essentially arcane code for the more spellcasting elements of it. So it resembles, honestly, more like mathematical equations than it does language. Yeah, you don't get any new information, per se. Though I will say, with a 12, did you share what the organic stuff would
People
you
have been
have?
talking about other things, so she hasn't said it yet.
Okay.
But as the boys clear out and it's quiet for a while, she might update Aerie on what she has found,
Okay.
including the canvas.
With that in mind, with a 12, nothing in the books, you don't find any connections necessarily. No, there's no like specific styles of necromancy or anything that you can find that would specifically indicate fungus or anything like that.
But we know it's conjuration, so something.
There was
The
conjuration.
fungus was conjured. It wasn't.
The fungus is to the whatever spell was cast what a scorch mark would be to fire. It is the. If you summoned a fireball there would be scorch marks all over the floor. Whatever was summoned left this instead.
Shrooms.
just less shrooms on the ground.
How am I feeling? Am I feeling fine?
Can I make? Aerie is familiar with arcane codes from her time with Olive. Not necessarily, like, she wouldn't be familiar with these specifically,
Yeah,
but she would
in
know
general.
generally that.
If you
How
spent
wizards write
time
them.
studying them, you might be able to, but arcane magic has never been your specialty,
No.
per se.
I was wondering if I want to try and decipher what.
Isn't your specialty healing
Spells.
things?
Yeah.
Okay.
What spells are these books referencing?
Yeah, if you spent time, it could take some time,
Yeah, that's fine.
but
You've got things.
there is a possibility.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take the time and do it.
Cool.
I'll either sit up there.
An
Yeah,
hour
I'll
in,
probably just stay up
Crow
there.
just starts frothing at the mouth over in the corner. Aries like, oh, this book is interesting. Crow.
That's alright. She's already dead.
It's true.
Is there anything around on the desk that is written in language other than common?
No,
Is it all common?
not particularly.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna take time to try and decipher what spells these books are talking about, especially like the ones towards the end that where it all seems to get really dark. I'm looking at like, what's the most recent things that were used?
Yep. Yeah, so you'll spend, other than your 4 hours, you'll spend the night doing that? Mm-hmm. Is that your plan?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and make, I'll say 3 investigation checks for the remainder of the... yeah, it can be Arcana.
Investigation, I have an advantage, but Arcana, I have a +4 versus a +2.
You can mix and match for all I care.
All right, so I'll do the first one as
Yeah, 3
investigation.
checks. Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's a nice. Yeah, that's good. That's a flat 20.
Okay.
And then I'll do another investigation. Opposite end of the spectrum.
That was literally the
That's a 6.
Okay.
And then I'll do Arcana for the last
Go for
one.
it.
No, 7.
7. Okay. Yeah, you start out strong. But as the tomes get as the notes kind of get darker, they also become more kind of unintelligible, harder to kind of comprehend. They're not using proper grammar, and it's kind of scrawled.
It's really bothering the area when they don't use proper grammar.
It's kind of scrawled as opposed to
Rantings of a
written.
madman. Or a mad scientist.
Mad necromancer?
Yeah.
Really?
He's a
Or-
macromancer.
No.
I mean, yeah, it is akin to that of someone that's delving down the trail of obsession.
Okay.
With a flat 20 on the first one, though, because of your friendship with Elle, you are actually able to recognize that there are stanzas of, like, poems or rhymes that are to a bard what a arcane sigil would be to a wizard. And are able to... You're able to identify that, like, oh, there are connections here. The songs sometimes are the spells. You're still not able to determine the exact function or use of them, other than them being generally necromancy. But you are able to draw that direct connection.
Am I able to determine, are they high level type things, or are they like
Interestingly,
cantrips?
they seem to be... the problem is that would be the Arcana check.
Rip.
Yeah. So I would say you aren't able to really identify that at this moment in time. You can spend more time trying, but by morning you will not have been able to get that information.
Yeah. Well, because this is the first half of the night.
Yeah.
That Aries
And then
spends
you
up here.
rest
And
for
then we'll go rest.
Yeah.
When does Crow go back down?
Does she go back
After
down?
she just looks around the room for maybe 15 minutes, half an hour longer. She'll head back down, but she'll just lay on the bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Crow go to sleep?
Not sleep.
Okay.
So when Aerie comes down, she might see Crow laying back on the bed, but just kind of staring off near the wall.
Okay.
All right.
So evidently seems awake.
Oh, good. You're still awake.
What?
Elle had said something. Aerie comes out holding like a couple of the books too.
Yeah.
Elle had said something about a local bard, because you filled us all in on
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you all shared your notes
a local
by the time
bard
you got back to the
that
town.
had recently left town or something. Something tragic happened to his wife. The spells that I'm finding in here, the necromancy spells, are not wizard spells. They're bard spells. They're written in a musical stanza and poetry.
Okay. What are you getting at?
So, all of that up there, I think belongs to the bard. That's...
Do you think the bard is our necromancer?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Bargemancer.
I could see it.
Yeah. So, and I think...
What, you think he's trying to raise his wife?
I mean, it's possible. Either that or, I mean, there's a child's bed up there. I don't know how old the daughter is. But...
I don't know.
I'll have to think about it.
I can talk to the others about it, see what they
We
think.
can talk to them in the morning.
We still don't have any leads on where to find them.
Harry kind of take the second. There's a window in this room, right?
No.
No?
The hallway.
There's a window
That's
in
a
the
fire hazard.
There is it's just a concealed room, but because the door is the hallway goes along the edge of the.
Oh, okay.
So that there are windows literally right outside your door.
Okay. Harry goes and looks out the window and looks up at the moon. I have some ideas. It's going to be a full moon in the next day or so.
Neat.
Those are sometimes used for arcane purposes.
Okay.
Might give us a lead. Why are you
stayed
still up? Are
back
you
on the
okay?
bed. Why are you still up?
I only need 4 hours of sleep.
Okay. She's still laying on the bed, just kind of chilling there. Like, what? Do you have a
Make an
problem?
insight check.
Go for it.
13. Just general gauging.
What are you gauging?
I'm trying to figure out.
Because her attitude right now, just like, what do you want? Like, mind your own business.
Stop staring at me. Don't look at me.
Why are you so hostile?
It's Crow. Have you met her?
hostile to Aerie.
That's fair, but Ari also hasn't prodded the bear yet.
She has begun to prod the bear while
Cass
she was
didn't even
resting.
prod the bear. He got...
Cass's existence prods the bear.
True.
You're wearing money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well.
So, what does the moon have to do with this?
Well, there could, like I said, sometimes arcane people will use the moon to aid them in specific rituals and things like that. Shifters and the like might use it for those types of things. I don't know all the specifics, but new moons and full moons can be times of that are useful for magic.
Would I know anything about that?
In terms of, like, the moon being
Yeah.
aligned with it?
Yeah, because like druids and stuff too.
With
like,
magical potency.
You can make an Arcana check.
That is 15.
15? Yeah, it's never been in the realm of magic that you've specifically delved into.
Mm-hmm.
But there are definitely types of magic that draw from it.
Aerie has a weird hyperfixation on the moon, so she knows about this.
Really?
I didn't know.
I hadn't noticed.
guessed.
Yeah. So it might give us a lead on if something is going to happen, or if the grave robbings are only happening once a month or so. They could line up with the moon cycles.
When's the next full moon?
Tomorrow.
Well,
Harry right now is the guy in the meme. With
We did
the
actually
board
check
behind
that
him.
based on the calendar, And the next full moon is the next day.
Well, it's fitting considering that Amy is the one with an actual conspiracy board.
Yes.
You have an actual conspiracy board?
I do, yes.
Oh, wait, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A virtual one.
Understandable.
Not a real one.
The web of
I
lies.
legit thought that like that was an accessory that you put in the baby room or something. I don't know.
No, everyone's not set up yet.
Red thread board.
Here you go, Evie. Learn.
Yeah, so it's just a thought I have. Might be nothing to it, but I don't know. We can run it by the group in the morning.
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah. We both should rest.
Yeah. Night. And she rolls over.
Yeah. Ari kind of just sits on the floor and does her
Meditates.
usual meditation.
Does Crow go to sleep?
No.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Mushrooms. The mushrooms. That is 11.
That's a fail.
Oh!
Um,
Don't look so excited for this.
Ari, after a few minutes, you hear snoring.
More like wheezing.
Yeah, that's fair. Caspian and Elle. Do you guys just get back to your rooms?
Oh, I told you, Cass is gonna put on his armor.
Okay.
Wait, why?
You gonna sleep in it?
He very well might.
Okay.
Cass was ready to go back out and find out what's going on.
Well, I thought we were going to bed. Why did you suit up?
Because we want to make sure that we...
Important question.
Yes.
Elle is not in the room when you get back.
Oh, yeah.
Elle comes back into the room
Well,
a few
okay.
minutes later.
Well, Cass left upstairs. He did not... He
Make a-
left
I'll
upstairs
say,
and
make a
went
perception
directly
check
out.
then. Make a perception check to see if you can hear the fact that no other doors in the hallway open or anything like that.
No. It's a 3.
No? Okay, yeah. You don't know. So you assume that he was still upstairs then?
Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough.
We should probably not leave this too long, because whoever was up there, if they know that somebody was rummaging around, they will run.
I ate their mushrooms. Do they want it?
Time may be of the essence here.
I mean, we're in the room that would get.
So you want to go out by yourself? Is that what you're doing?
No, I kind of figured we would all go and... I take it you are not of the mindset to go investigate.
No, not just me though. But have you figured what the girls would want to do? Were you going to ask them,
I
or were you going to tell them?
What do you mean, ask or to, like, tell them to... I mean, I can't really tell them to
No.
do something.
You
but-
can't. I've tried.
Ari's reading books at this point.
but
So
it's,
tell me
it's-
what's your plan here? I'm curious.
Well, I was going to go down to the boy at the bar and see if he would bring me out the ledger that they use to keep track of who is in the tavern.
And you think that he would just do this? He can't even sell alcohol.
You don't know that.
I'm sure he can read.
You don't know that.
But that's not what Cass is used to.
That everyone can read.
Yeah.
Al doesn't. I grew up in a farm village.
Yeah, Cass is like, yeah, anybody above the age of like
Florida City.
6 can read. Come on, guys.
Okay, and then if they get suspicious that you asked to see the names of the people who hoped that they wouldn't have to have their names shown to random passerbys who they don't know,
Well, the main barkeep knows us well enough to know that we are investigating that I expect he would be willing to show us.
but he's not there.
In which case we can either find out if we can talk to him now or we wait till morning.
I forgot to ask. Because Crow is curious. Were there any valuables in that room? That's why she got interested in the first place. Like, oh, this is a storage room.
Make an investigation check.
Math. 18.
Nothing that Crow would find valuable.
Boring.
Things that a 10-year-old would find valuable? Sure. Nothing Crow would find valuable.
Okay. That's fine.
Why should I follow you?
Because we're on a mission?
Why did you not be honest with me upstairs then if we're on a mission? Isn't information important to share with your team?
What do you mean?
You totally lied to me. You did. You said that you did not sense anything, and you absolutely sensed something.
Perhaps it wasn't anything of worth.
I know she's dead.
Cass is gonna make sure that the door is closed. What?
Or rather,
Undead.
Cass will open the door.
oh no, that was through the wall.
Oh, that's through the wall.
Because it's
But he's 2 doors over.
no the
I think
it's
he's a
Grave, then the boys and the girls.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I had walked around the whole time.
Yeah, and we're upstairs where it's soundproof, so we can't hear
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Girl already knows.
And Grave still has his book.
I can be sneaky when I want to.
Grave. I don't even. Whatever. I feel as though my privacy is being invaded.
Stop having
Your
that
privacy?
Grave. How. Grave scries on us. How did you know? How did you know? How do you know?
I followed you. You walked off again. My team leader is not including his team on things.
Why am I the team leader?
Because you fit the role so well.
that
Sure.
face.
That was Ryan going, not so much yet, but... Look, when I'm in the guild, when you have groups of people working together on something, there needed to be a degree of trust. There needed to be a camaraderie that I do not see that we have.
I didn't want to say anything because typically that is something that's bad. And I didn't know how to process that. I can't just go blurting it out, causing chaos. I didn't know why I sensed that, or what it might mean. And if I just go blurting that out...
It would have been funnier. Sorry.
See, if it was me, hearing my team leader say, oh, this person is undead, I wouldn't have thought it was funny. I would have felt the need to draw a sword.
But I did not.
Yeah, and I didn't tell you that. You followed me and Grave, and you ended up eavesdropping.
Yes, because you would not tell me otherwise.
Well, it turns out it's not important. So, if it's not all that important anyway, you already know.
I think it's very important. This is her past. This is part of who she is now. And I think it's a big reason as to why she's the way she is.
It's not important for the mission for the time being. I'm sure at some point, if Crow ever decides that she trusts us enough, we will have a conversation about it.
Keyword being trust.
For the time being, I would rather treat things as they are, or as they were, and I would rather just pretend I don't know, rather than make a whole big deal out of it. For the time being, we have other things to focus on.
Okay, you can approach it that way. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to bed.
Fine. Castle, open the door, leave, and close it. And then he'll knock on the girl's door.
They're currently up
We're
in
upstairs.
Okay. So is your door
hatch
still
is
open?
open.
now?
So
The
you
door
can-
would be open.
Okay.
The door is unlocked at least.
Okay. So he would like kind of climb up, stick his head through, and go. Yep. You're like, I am going to go. I'm going to go see what else I can find. Do either one of you want
Now?
to come with me? Time is of the essence, isn't it?
Well,
We've been rummaging around someone's very, very secret room.
Yeah,
If they find out about that, they're bolting.
well, Crow and I are sleeping in the entrance point to
They're
this
gonna have to
room.
get through us if they want up here.
And
So,
if they find someone else in the room that they normally stay in,
Then
that
we
might be
beat
well,
enough.
that's an issue for the innkeeper, not for us. We paid for this room.
Well, yes,
They
I mean
can
more
get out
about
of
scaring
our
them off. If they know that somebody's in town is investigating and happens to have this room, they might want to leave before we have a chance to get them.
Or that's a wonderfully perfect opportunity to catch them before they go. And then we have
you wanna
them
set a
right
trap?
here. I figured someone would like cast a spell or something.
That might be a good idea.
Grave can hold person. I know personally.
Well, that means that we'll have to take shifts staying up.
That's fine. I'll be up for the next few hours. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with these books and the spells that are in them, trying to determine what they do.
Okay.
So I'll be up for the next few hours.
All right. Who wants next shift?
You can. If
All
you're
right.
so eager.
When you're done, go ahead and knock on my door and get me up, and I'll take the next shift.
All right.
I suppose for the time being, you two can continue doing whatever you're doing up here. I'm going to go see if I can find out who was in this room before us.
At this point, would I have recognized the bardic?
Yeah, sure.
I think it was the bard that Elle mentioned.
The bard who's entered
Our
tragedy.
conversation didn't.
That's fine. Crow is barely paying attention anyways. Honestly, it would make sense if she has just walked off to another part of the room, just not
Okay.
paying attention.
Yes. And Ari brings the book over to him and shows him the things and basically gives him the whole rundown that she gave Crow earlier.
Did we get a name for the bard
future.
earlier? I don't remember.
No.
You have
Oh, no, we did. We did.
Probably.
Oliver.
Oliver,
Correct.
that's right. Did we get a name for the daughter?
No.
Okay.
No, we did
no,
not.
you didn't.
Okay.
No. But this could have been his daughter's room. We don't know how old the daughter is. But it's very likely that Oliver is the one who rented out this room on a regular basis
That is likely.
and has not been performing in the tavern for some time. And if the candles were lit in the past 2 days or so, would line up approximately with shortly after the mausoleum was robbed.
All right. I'll see if I can find out if Oliver or his daughter previously were in this room.
I mean, we know they were.
Well,
Like, they would need to have this room on a regular basis in order to get all of that set up.
We
And if he was
suspect.
if he was the regular bard of this tavern, he would probably live here.
Maybe. I want more concrete than just it's likely. I'm going to see if I can find a ledger to confirm it. Shut up.
All right.
I agree with you. I think that is the most likely thing. But we do need to make sure that we have more concrete evidence if we are going to make moves on this.
All right.
So
And I think it might be better to make moves tomorrow. And Ari explains the whole thing about her theory with the moons.
All right.
The moons.
Then in the morning, I think it might be good for us to check out the graveyard then. See if we can figure out where might be the next possible place to be struck.
Sounds like a good plan.
All right, I will go check out with the young man down at the bar.
Yes. If you are able to, see if you can ask where Oliver and his daughter might be staying now.
That is a good idea. I will do that. And Cass will leave to go back downstairs.
Okay. For the sake of making it all work, I think the conversation that Crow and Ari had would have been shortly after that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
before you did the rest of your research.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
And then Crow goes down.
yeah. So, for Caspian, you make your way downstairs. Mm-hmm. Just like Solomon is passed out at his table.
Of course.
There's like maybe 1-2 people, like a pair having a late night conversation in a corner table, and then the kid behind the
So
bar.
much fun right now. Poor man.
That poor man.
Starts hearing things in his dreams.
Oh gosh. Cass will walk up to the bar and nod to the young man sitting, like, working at the bar.
Yeah.
Pardon me, young man. Might I have a word?
Is that not what we're doing?
That is very fair. I was wondering if I might, if you might tell me who previously stayed in the room that the girls are now staying in.
Who are the girls?
This is a different person.
He doesn't know.
Right. What is there, like, a room number on the room or anything? Or is it like the third room on the left?
It would be, honestly, yeah, it would be just rooms 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
And then there's the communal room.
Okay, so what room are they in?
So they would be in room 1.
Alright. Who was staying in room 1 before us? Before today?
But before today, that's Oliver's room.
Like, that's just his room? You just...
For as long as I've been here.
Where is he now? Why do we have this room?
Why does this man sound like Foghorn Leghorn?
Listen, there was an established pattern of Southern accents, so I'm staying with it.
We are admirers. So.
Look here, see, if you're going to make him talk like this, you got to really sell it.
Well, he's a
Yeah,
young
but
kid.
he's younger.
So,
Can you
So it's not that deep.
Can you do me a favor and have him occasionally say, "Now I say, now I say." Now listen here, boy.
That's Dad. What's the question?
Why do we currently have his room? Does he not? Is he out of town currently?
Oh, no, he's been having a real tough go of it.
He's heard.
Yeah, his wife passed away.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, and her family's always been a bit of a pill. So he's...
Her, as in the daughter?
No, the wife, her family, they own the mausoleum.
Oh, interesting. Her family owns the mausoleum.
Well, Yeah, they...
So did they come into town to visit her? I know
No.
they came in once a year.
Yeah, they weren't on the best terms. And... Make a persuasion check.
Ooh. I think that's a 24. Ooh. That is.
Wow.
Yeah, they weren't on the best terms. And there was a whole ruckus about her being allowed to be buried in there or not.
But she's family.
Not to them. Not anymore.
What happened that there was so... What happened that someone would turn their back on family like that?
She married a
commoner?
Yeah. Oliver's a good man, just not a wealthy one.
Yes, I understand that there is a lot of stigma around that.
Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah.
What happened to her? Did she fall sick?
Yeah, it was a winter illness. You know, it goes through. Everyone feels a little bit sick for a couple weeks. Every once in a while, just gets bad enough for one person. At least from what I understand.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Do they have somewhere else to stay?
Well, I know they're still in town. Oliver's been coming in and out for a little bit, but it's been maybe a week or two since he stopped living here full time.
Oh.
But he was still coming in, I guess, to get his stuff.
Ah, I see. Interesting.
So I guess maybe he was still doing some odd jobs for the boss. I don't know.
Was he like doing repair work or things like that?
He was just here a lot, even though he wasn't staying the night.
Oh, I see.
So I honestly couldn't tell you beyond that.
And did he often bring his daughter with him, or?
Oh yeah, she would always just hang out down here.
Oh.
She's a cute as button. Yeah, Liliana.
Liliana.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
that's a pretty name.
Oh yeah, she's a. I feel like it hasn't set in for her necessarily.
It's a hard thing to grasp.
Yeah.
To see a family member who is hurting.
Yeah.
Especially if you're close.
But, yeah, Oliver's been doing the best he can with her, I think. At least from what I could see.
That's good. He does sound like a good man.
He tries.
You said they're still here in town. Do you know where they might be?
I saw him yesterday. I don't get out much, per se. But he was just in here yesterday.
What time yesterday was he here?
Evening?
But he didn't stay the night?
No. Not that I saw, anyway. And I'm the one that usually runs the night shift.
Sorry.
I just sleep during the day.
I just feel like that probably makes things difficult for you. Being on a different schedule than everyone else.
Yeah, the regulars are nice, though.
Solomon.
Oh.
would.
Yeah, I cast a look over at Solomon.
Most of them.
Yes, I got the first-hand account of him. What was your name?
Go!
I'm sorry, Cass would ask
You know what? You know what? I have a name for the actual barkeep. I don't have a name for this one yet.
Barney.
It should absolutely be Junior.
Yeah,
He's not the barkeep's son, though.
I know. I don't care whose son he is. It's Junior.
Might as well be.
Bartholomew.
Give me a second.
What's the most
Didn't have
hick
it
name you can think of?
Rick.
Ooh, Rick's a pretty hick name.
My name's Benjamin.
Benny.
He seemed like a Benjamin.
Benji.
Ah!
Benji, nice to meet you. I'm Caspian. You can call me Cass.
Pleasure.
Seventeen.
What are you? Like,
What are you? Man, that
What are you
half elf
doing
thing
here?
coming into play way sooner than we expected, huh? What are you?
you're asking a lot. You're a really nice fella, but you're asking a lot of questions.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm investigating the break-in at the mausoleum. However, I've found that it is much more than just the mausoleum. The graves recently have been getting robbed in the temple. There's something wrong, and I intend to fix it.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. But me and my team are going to be investigating probably for a few days. Hopefully we can find a solution and get things back to normal for you.
Well, thankfully things have, other than the obvious our heart breaks for him. But other than that, I mean, things haven't really been out of the usual. I don't care about the mausoleum all that much. That's like the only weird thing that's gone on, at least so far.
I find it rather odd that the break-in at the mausoleum happened at a similar time to his wife's death, who was related to that family, but the family didn't care about her death?
Well, I guess it didn't pique my interest because no one in town really likes
I'm
them.
aware,
So it's, I didn't really draw a connection because it's like, it happens, but if any time of the year it had gotten broken into, wouldn't be surprised. But,
Well, their attention was certainly
I guess
turned
it would
to
make
the
sense.
mausoleum. But yes, I just think it's strange. They're so much more interested in the building and those objects than their own family. Would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I'm sure that you get to see a few people in and out here every once in a while. If you notice anything weird, would you let me know? I'll be staying here.
I can certainly try. Is there a specific type of weird you're looking for? Because
Is there a lot of weird that normally happens?
well, no, but the weirdest thing I've seen recently is y'all. So I'm just wondering if there's any kind of clarification.
How well can you keep a secret?
Oh boy.
Make a persuasion check.
Buddy.
Ooh, that is 21.
I've been known to keep a secret or two in my time.
His 15 years.
He's absolutely heard someone else say that, and he just copied it.
100%.
It's beautiful. I love it.
I want you to very specifically keep an eye on Oliver.
Alright.
He's been through a lot, and I'm sure that this is very challenging for him. And sometimes challenging circumstances make people do odd things. You knew him before. You know him now. You know well enough when things that he might say or do might be out of character for him. You may not have been paying attention to it recently.
I get you though. I'll keep an eye out.
And the
and
daughter
ear
too. I'm sure that it's hard for her as well. And if there is anything that can be done for them, let me know. I might be able to assist more than most people around here.
I'll keep that in mind.
And Castle, because I'm pretty sure Cass only has gold coins.
Probably. Oh, thank you.
People's time is worth something.
I very much appreciate that.
It's like a week's worth of pay for him.
And
at
just
least.
Probably.
That's like a month.
Don't lose that.
Trust me, sir, I will not. He's literally just looking at it on the counter.
Good
Probably
night,
never
Benji.
seen it before in his life.
Oh, he's seen him.
Handles him.
It's just never been his.
Yeah. Cass will just, good night, Benji. And he'll head up.
What is your passive perception?
Not high
My
enough.
passive perception is 11.
Okay. Crow,
Sure.
I would like you to roll me a stealth check.
Sure. 19.
19. Okay. Yeah, you go up to your room.
Uh-oh. I don't think it's
At what
voluntary.
time is this? Crow hadn't gone to bed yet. You're still researching.
And as we said, the...
Yeah.
Retroactive. Okay.
Yep.
Whatever.
Interesting.
So, rewinding to maybe 20 minutes or so.
Oh boy. Elle's asleep.
Elle's asleep. Ari is reading.
Yep.
And Crow is wheezing in bed, or approximating snoring.
Yeah. Area's downstairs, kind of to keep an eye on things on the door.
Crow,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We got a
This will be
music change.
interesting.
no,
What
it's
fungus did you eat?
not quite.
I'm like, what is
Holy crap!
this battle
He seems to no longer be a fun guy.
You take your one.
No!
That's after. That's after she wakes up too.
Agreed.
Oh man! Because I wanted to make that joke an hour ago to him. No, that's bad even
That's
for
my
me.
first banana dog.
It is. Campaign.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yep.
You got one when you weren't even playing. It
That is true.
Yep.
was for the fonts.
Yeah.
That was supposed to.
Comic
supposed
Sans,
to
baby.
that was supposed to apply to episode 1.
Yeah.
But
It's fine.
we forgot.
Who cares?
Um,
It didn't happen in universe here.
you find yourself in a vast desert. It is a little familiar, but I want you to make a investigation check.
Was that a roll?
No,
That was
that was a
disappointing.
thud.
That was an 8. 9.
A 9? It's odd. There's something off about the landscape, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
Is it my landscape?
It's definitely the right region, like the right biome, but there's no like landmarks or anything that you recognize. Just sand dunes, wind blowing.
Gosh.
What is that?
As the footsteps of a horse. And you see the sound sounds really close to you, but you only see this figure in the distance. As you see a horse just slowly walking, and a humanoid figure kind of hunched over, kind of sitting on the horse's back, just holding the reins and with a shrouded cloak covering their entire body.
Do they come closer?
They are currently walking like not towards you. You can just see them in the distance, and it is the only sign of life for any direction. There's not even like shrubs or insects or anything.
She's gonna start walking towards it.
Okay. You start walking. You hear the wind kind of whistling. You don't feel yourself getting any closer. The sand kind of slides under your feet as you're trying to climb a dune. What do you do?
They're not changing direction or anything?
No, they don't appear to have even noticed you.
Would Crow perceive at this point that she's in a dream?
Do you usually?
I mean, it depends on the situation.
I'll say make a wisdom check.
There's a 2 on the die, so that's gonna be a 2.
No wisdom. That sounds right.
I'm gonna say no. You think that this is a
Real life.
as far as you can tell.
Hey!
Corn. It's a family thing, sorry.
Take your one.
Okay.
That's funny. No response? Any reaction?
The wind picks up. There's this like whistling sound as it just skims over the sand. Doesn't appear to have heard you.
There's not really much else she can do if she can't move anywhere. She's
making progress. It's just slow progress.
Alright, she'll keep trying.
Okay. Do you increase your pace or anything like that?
A little bit. She's trying to get there and feel like she's getting there.
Okay. I need you to make a wisdom save.
That is an 18.
An 18? Okay. Do you call out again when you do get a little bit closer?
Yeah. Hey, you!
The horse, you kind of see and again, there's quite a distance. You don't know how you see this, but you do see.
Dreams are weird.
Yeah, you kind of see the reins get pulled and the horse stops moving, but the hunched figure just is still there.
When she reaches, she'll kind of look up at them.
Oh, they're still like quite
okay.
a distance, but they have stopped moving.
So you can hear me?
And there's this very unnatural way as the figure turns its head, and you see bandages just covering the figure's face.
She kind of takes a step back at that. Who are you?
A hand reaches out.
Nothing.
What you looking
That's
at?
my guess. Nothing.
What you looking at?
You don't get to know.
A hand reaches out from underneath the cloak, also covered in bandages all the way down. They're kind of ragged, some of them hanging off, partially cut. And your eyes open. You are not in the room.
Where am I?
You are on the road,
Laying down or standing?
standing.
Did Aries see Crow leave? Because she would have been
You
keeping
went
watch.
upstairs,
That's
reading
true. I think because we retroacted some things, this would have happened while you were
while
like,
you're still
researching.
reading upstairs.
Okay, I thought I had established that she had gone down to keep watch. After having that conversation with Cass, she would have brought the books down with her.
Then
Because
we'll say for the sake of this that... Well, okay, tell you what, roll a d20. We'll say 11 up, you were able to catch her.
Nah, it's a 3.
3? No, yeah.
Dice keeps
It was maybe when you went up to go get another book after being done
Yeah.
with one, but
Did
it
Elle
happened
hear
to...
anything?
Huh?
Did Elle hear anything that would have woken
Elle is
her?
asleep.
Okay.
And no, there was no like noise. Yeah, so you wake up and you can see the tavern in the distance, maybe 1,500 feet away.
Am I like up or down the road?
Up, going north.
So away from the town.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I sleepwalked. She's just gonna start walking back, but very confused.
I would like you to make a perception check.
Okay. That is 12.
12? Okay. Give me a second.
I love it when Trey wants to give us something, but our rolls suck so bad.
Well, all right, sure.
That's a lot of rolls. What you rolling?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, now I'm worried. I've been worried.
Oh, we're being followed.
I mean, obviously.
Uh-huh. That was a given.
You start making your way back to the town.
Cool. Good to know.
This is why we don't go asking random people random questions. I learned with Ray.
So, it takes, unless you decide to either fly or run, it
She doesn't
takes,
have her wings on her.
you can summon them.
Yes, but she's too confused for that.
That's fair.
She's not in a rush.
Yeah. So it takes you a few minutes.
How many minutes
Curious.
does it take to walk 1,500 feet?
It's actually not that far away when you think about it.
It's like
It's 500 yards.
8-minute walk,
Yeah.
Okay.
going at 30 feet per round, roughly. Yeah. So it's like takes a little less than 10 minutes to walk back.
Yeah. Okay.
30 feet every 6 seconds. Okay.
She walks back.
You're very unsettled,
Oh, yeah.
but you make it back and kind of walk into your room.
I assume it's morning by now?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
It's maybe like an hour, maybe 2 later.
Oh, okay.
Caspian has returned to his room by now, but Ari would still be up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say, roll another d20.
18.
18? You are sitting on your bed reading.
Yeah. Well, I'm on the floor. Crow has
Yes,
dibs on
that's
the bed.
right.
Crow's the bed. Crow will walk in and just...
You all right?
She just climbs back into bed.
Gotta lay off the summoned shrooms, man. I'll tell you what.
She's currently, like, faced away, kind of curled up on the bed, just quiet.
Harry just keeps reading.
Ah, yes, it's the Idaris and Ray in the wagon with Sianda.
Listen,
To be fair, Ari did try to engage earlier and got swatted away. So her sitting there going is very in character.
It makes perfect sense.
Yep.
I just think it's funny.
Harry's got a
3
passive
days.
insight of 18. She knows something's up, but she's like, I'm not going to press it
engaging her.
because honestly,
No
it's not
conversation.
necessarily my business.
Yeah.
3 days.
The next morning,
Oh
and you
boy.
can all mark off a long rest.
Yes. Already did. Oh, thank you.
Careful.
Why was I missing
I'm gonna sleep for a
hit
while.
points?
Probably Shanann did I.
I don't know if I took that many, but
Shanann did
okay.
I.
Yeah.
Dance.
So, you wake up.
Yeah. She doesn't sleep if she can help it.
It's fair. Do you rest?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I would say you.
You don't need to sleep.
No.
Where? Am I the only one that needs to sleep?
No,
I need
Cass
to
needs
sleep.
Oh, okay,
Half
good.
elf.
The boys need to sleep.
I didn't know if half elf needed had the same like.
They got too much human in them.
The girls have the same sleep schedule.
Feel that? What was that?
The girls have the same sleep schedule.
Nice. Well,
But you make your way, I assume, downstairs as the sun
Cass
is
is
rising.
again fully armored.
Oh, Mr. Cass?
Yes, sir.
It wasn't Oliver, but I did. There was an incident.
What's that?
One of the merchant wagons on the road got robbed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were coming in pretty late at night, and apparently there was a. Well, if you believe what they said, they were saying when they came in here, they're fast asleep now. After dealing with all that, but there was like a whole army of something.
Whole army
I mean, that's what they were saying.
of undead.
They didn't say as much, but I figured you'd want to know.
I did. Thank you. That's very helpful information. Which direction on the road? Was it north or south?
It was pretty close to town, relatively speaking, but just north, less than a mile out.
I appreciate it. And Cass is going to put his helmet on. I will be back.
Yeah. Ari put the books back upstairs. Actually, no. She kept one of them. Put one of them in her
no
bag.
breakfast? Okay, fine, I'll give you
I'll
this
get you a
one.
double portion when we get back.
Good.
What are Crow and Ari doing?
Ari had put one of the books in her bag and put the other one back upstairs, and then went down. Pretty
Crow
sure
will
that she
eventually
woke up.
get up and join them as well, but she's very checked out, just not talking, but she's present. But
She's present, but not present.
yeah,
Okay. We will head towards the wagon.
Yeah, so the wagon
I assume the wagon
has
is
been.
still there.
They essentially, after getting robbed, finished they still have the wagon. They just don't have any of their gold or much of their product, and so it's parked right near the market square.
before Crow heads out, she'll open the room to Grave.
Also known as Graves' room.
Have I ever sleepwalked?
Oh, good morning. Sorry, what was the question?
Have I sleepwalked?
Not that I've ever seen. You don't usually sleep.
She closes the door again.
Grave was up late keeping an eye on all of y'all and is sleeping in a little bit.
But not good enough on
Understood.
Crow, apparently.
As far as he knew, you were asleep.
See, he can only scry on one of us at a time, so he's kind of like, all right, I'm going to watch you for a little bit. All right, switch cameras.
Basically, and then
He's wasting
all
his
right,
time
they're
if he
all
switches cameras to L.
they're all just staying the night here. Good, I can go to sleep now.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah.
one of us ate summon shrooms!
Summon the shroom.
No!
You know what mushrooms are known for?
Yes.
Having an interconnected network. Anyway,
You've synced
I
up
did
with the hive
genuinely
mind.
consider having her eat more, just out of curiosity. Am I sure I
Do you care about this character?
Yes,
Okay.
very much. She's already dead, it's fine.
Oh my god.
She can only get more dead from here.
Yep.
We will
I don't know if that. Okay, anyway.
Miracle Max
We
would
will
disagree.
investigate the cart. See if there
Do
are...
Alright.
you want to go up to where
Investigation.
this a cart was attacked and see if there's anything there?
We will. I have a suspicion. I want to see if the cart has any...
Bite marks?
Well, I mean, marks of some sort. I was thinking more claws, but, I mean, probably bites, too.
I'm totally messing with you.
Okay, alright. Well, I do want to see if there are any distinguishable marks.
Similar to the mausoleum, yes.
Yeah, alright. I will make...
Real chicken.
I'm not stupid, I just like annoying you.
Wow. Thank
Yeah, that
you,
checks
Elle,
out.
for that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that
It's a natural 20.
very much. Alright, natural 20. Good. That's better.
Meanwhile, while I'm completely and utterly just taking your... what's the word?
Taking the piss out of Cass?
Sure,
Yes.
yeah.
That's
Alright, so natural 20 for Ari.
I'm gonna say distracting,
Deeply about
sure.
that.
Airy with a natural 20. There are no marks to be found whatsoever.
Interesting.
I will, with the natural 20, I will reward. You'd probably have to talk to them to get confirmation of this, but they weren't attacked, they were robbed.
Correct.
You don't know that the army needed to serve more than just intimidation.
Okay.
Give us your money, or my army will destroy you.
I'm
Got
gonna
it.
check her pockets.
Well,
You've got everything.
no, is there anything new? I absolutely would rob a cart in my sleepwalking.
Can you make a intelligence check for me?
My first thought.
There's a
It was mine too.
Same.
We all,
I thought Crow robbed the cart.
we all just think the Crow's a
24.
criminal.
I mean, she
Flat
is.
intelligence?
Yeah.
True.
19 plus 5.
Oh, I forget you have a +5.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You, judging from where they said the wagon was robbed and where you woke up, you didn't make it there.
Okay.
You were definitely walking towards it, but you did not make it there.
Interesting.
Nor did you perceive anyone lying in wait.
Out of curiosity, does a look of realization, horror, and then back to normal blank stare across her face at all?
Easily readable.
Understood.
Okay.
Would you
There's
like
a
to make
moment
perception
of-
check?
is everything
I was gonna be quiet.
alright?
Yeah.
You hear in your mind, you're a liar just like Cass.
I literally just... Because she can respond mentally,
She cannot
right?
now.
She cannot.
That is unfortunately no.
Yeah.
That's why when Elle heard someone else's voice in his mind, he went, wait a second, only I can do this.
She grabs the side of her pockets and pulls them out as an indication of, I literally don't have anything.
Meanwhile, Cass with no context of that goes, what?
She's proving that she did not rob
You
the
wonder
cart.
why Benji was like, yeah, y'all are the weirdest thing I've seen in a while.
I don't wonder.
Why would she rob the cart?
I don't know.
Can we
But
stay on track?
here's my question. Why would she think that if she wasn't nearby?
The hell does that mean?
This is beginning to hurt my head too much.
We skipped
Not
breakfast.
that... If I can understand it, you should be able to. She was outside last night. That's why she went...
What got robbed?
Crow, do you sleepwalk?
No, I don't.
Alright. Well,
Which means she knew what she was doing when she came out here.
I didn't.
sometimes people
Oh, you
just
did
like to
not?
go for...
You're assuming she came out here. Crow, were you out here last night?
Y'all were too. She's avoiding the question as
That-
well.
Okay. Last night,
Look,
when this would have occurred.
can we stay focused or not?
Yes. The
are
cards showed no
investigating-
damage, so...
Yes, okay, yes, I agree. Let's head north. Let's see if we can find any signs of this so-called army.
Where the army came from.
Or where the army came from. If it was muddy enough, we might be able to find some footprints. Let's see what we can find. And Cass
Harry
is gonna
pulls out
start walking that way.
some bread from her bag and hands it to Elle.
Ooh, thank you.
Since he didn't eat breakfast. And she also pulls a little piece out for Crow.
I'm fine.
And look, it even has special coloring. Extra flavor.
It's fresh from yesterday.
Oh,
Just lint.
Those are sprinkles.
No, it's lint.
I'm
You
not
said you
hungry.
didn't eat breakfast.
I'm not hungry.
All right. And she hands a piece to Cass.
Cass will take it, but he'll kind of put it in like a satchel. He is unconcerned with eating right now. He is like, it's go time. Let's go.
All right.
I
mission!
assume we're all equipped up.
I presume as much.
Ari is the weapon. She also does have her staff.
She does have a staff.
She's got her big stick.
So do we come across a spot where it seemed like there were a lot of people?
So
or
the
creatures?
road is paved.
The road is paved, but like along the sides.
Are
I mean,
there
there's gonna be a
any-
point where it meets dirt, and
There is.
You know-
And I'll say this: everyone make investigation checks.
Are you sure?
You can roll high.
no.
All right.
No.
And I rolled plenty of nat 20s.
No.
25.
But this is the opposite.
17.
25, 17.
Like
no.
5.
0.
Would you
2 minus 1.
That's a natural 1.
Minus 1.
That's the second
Amazing.
time you've rolled a 0.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. So Cass isn't going to be able to notice anything. But that's what I'm relying on the girls for.
Elle's very content with this.
With a 25.
Monk pretty.
Yeah, pretty much. With a 25,
bending over.
you...
Harry's bending over. So
Harry
Elle's
bends over to pick
distracted.
something up.
I don't think that wisdom save is going to work.
He's thinking about what Graves said last night.
No, Elle's intentionally averting his eyes,
Yes.
looking at the sky, and therefore not looking at shit on the ground.
That sky's very blue. Very blue.
Yes.
The bluest sky I've ever seen.
It is always blue every
Is it?
day.
I didn't notice. I'm seeing a lot of pink. I don't know why.
I think the blood's rushing to your head.
Oh, it's rushing somewhere.
Okay.
What does that mean? That Cass would stop dead in his tracks and turn to L.
He's looking at.
L's just like walking by Cass. What is wrong with you?
I broke them.
The boys have about 100-foot gap now because they've gotten distracted completely, while the girls are actually focusing. You walk you get to about a mile out. You know that he said within a mile. You don't see any signs of anything on the sides of the road.
Trees, forest.
I mean, there's dirt and grass and trees and all that. There are no footprints. There are no, hoof prints. There's no sign of anything coming in from the sides of the road.
I don't see nothing here. If anything, they probably came from the trees themselves.
Or from... They just walked on the road, in which case we wouldn't see it, because...
Yeah, as far as the road goes. But
Or they
are
came
we
in-
out on dirt roads by now?
No. So Jacob's Road is significant because it is a paved road from the top of the continent to the mountain range.
Okay, so the path heading up north will eventually like reach other destinations.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it ended at the top of town.
No. The Jacobs Road goes north from Kaskar to. I think there's one other city in between this and Port Seether. Mm-hmm. But it's. Yeah. If you just kept going north on this road, you would eventually get to Caspian's hometown.
Okay. Cool. Then.
So no indication that they came from the woods. And it doesn't look like the cart was attacked, so the creatures that came out were just intimidation for whoever was leading them.
Hey, Cass. Can't you
Yes.
tell the presence of certain creatures nearby?
I can, but I don't think they'll be here. I will.
How far away can you...
Only about 60 feet out. I would only know it if they are actively here.
Oh, that might be
How
a
far away is the
specific
tree
spell.
line from the road? Couple dozen feet, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on where you are. So on some places on the road, it's like 10 feet. But it's not like thick tree line all the way through. Yes.
I'm a little confused on the information that you gave us.
Okay.
Because it sounds like you've told us that things came from the north, but we're seeing no evidence of
Wagons came from the wagon.
Wagons, okay.
Came from the north towards town. Something ambushed them. The like what you
And
presume
there's
to
no
be the
evidence,
undead.
it seems,
There is no
of
undead
entry or exit
from the sides.
from the sides. So we're checking the path now, which is the last option.
So and it's a paved road, so there's no place for footprints to be left.
Okay, so investigating doesn't really mean much for us. Unless we get
At-
20.
At this moment, there's nothing here for you to find.
What if
It
they
appears.
came from the town?
What if they have a hideout somewhere nearby and we haven't investigated far enough into the woods?
Either way, we would be able to find footprints. They couldn't have come from the road because you can't ambush somebody when there is a clean line of sight. They would have had to come from the trees somewhere.
Middle of the night.
It's dark. Quite dark.
Yeah.
Just coming up on a mob of people and you're on a main road, you're gonna stop, which was the intent, it seems, to just have a mob of creatures just stop whatever was coming in,
Perhaps.
rob them, and then leave. But
So this
they
was an
didn't.
incoming cart?
Yes.
Okay, I missed that part.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about a cart part of the
No.
encampment
It
already.
is now parked at the encampment
Okay.
because that was its destination.
I see.
And
But it got
after
robbed before it reached it.
it got robbed before it
Okay.
reached it.
Let's head back to the tavern and
Just talk to
Let's-
the owner of the cart.
we'll see if we can talk to the owner of the cart. If it takes a while, perhaps we can investigate the graveyard for the time being.
Yes,
Crow and I can go do that.
we can split up. You guys are good with the talking. You don't want us to split up?
There are entire games and tropes named "Don't Split the Party."
Yep. Don't worry, we're staying within town.
Yeah, of course.
That won't be an issue at all.
Honestly, I don't think Crow would care much about the graveyard at this point. We have more solid evidence of active evidence.
Yes.
Things happening, so she's going to be more concerned about that.
There is still the possibility
So-
that
Redact what Crow
Yeah.
said about it. Yeah.
there is still the possibility that Oliver, if it is truly him, which at this point sounds pretty accurate, he might still be building his army. If he is, he'll need bodies. There are plenty of bodies in the graveyard.
And he's got plenty so far.
We need to figure out what was on the cart.
Right now I want to find out where that jump happened on the cart. And if we can find tracks from there, that's all we need. They will lead us directly to wherever they ended up.
Agreed.
That's all I need.
Well, let's head back to the tavern, see if they're awake.
Good plan.
All right. So we'll head back. By this point, I guess Cass will walk in and check with the bartender.
What are your passive perceptions and passive investigations?
Perception 12.
11.
Perception is 15, investigation is 17.
17 as well.
So,
Yeah, 12 on perception and a 9.
with two 17s, as you are making your way back to the tavern, something catches both of your eyes. A large amount of trampled grass and
Where?
kind of splattered mud leading from the road to the pond.
Oh, you could keep corpses there. They don't need to breathe.
Pond?
Just gotta start walking over towards it.
I guess we're not going back to the tavern.
Crow, where are you going?
We're going to the pond.
Might I ask why?
Tracks.
It's so trampled it would be hard to call it tracks, but there has definitely been a migration.
Crow's gonna walk up to it, start investigating.
Cass will follow.
Now, is the water clear or is it really murky?
It's fairly murky. It's definitely natural. Like, it's not like polluted or anything, but it's it's a pond. There's not a lot of intake or exit, so it's lots of silt moving.
Can I investigate it?
Sure, go for it. Active investigation.
Oh boy.
Can I give help?
Please help.
Yeah, go for it.
So Cass has seen,
You did
like
not
they
get
pointed
help.
out the tracks, right? Cass is gonna walk up to the pond and cast Divine Sense.
There
Okay.
we go.
Go. That's smart.
So,
This is what I was talking about.
so the description.
As an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. I don't know if water counts as total
does not.
cover. Okay.
Okay. How long have we been going for?
We got started late, close to 2 hours.
Okay.
So this is the cliffhanger.
We can go for a little longer.
Well, how are you feeling?
I'm fine.
You're fine? Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan wants to know enough what's happening.
Okay.
How much do you have? Do you want to split it up, or?
So you walk to the edge of the water and activate your divine sense. You obviously get one ping
Yep.
behind you,
Yep.
and so it's kind of like a radar where it just kind of goes out. So maybe 20, maybe 30 feet down.
All undead.
Oh yeah.
Well, we found the army.
How many?
Too many to count.
No, because you know the location.
That's true. I
and,
know exactly.
12.
Okay. There are a dozen. At least. I don't know if there's more, but I can
Are
sense
they
at least a dozen.
moving?
Does Cass sense them moving around?
Oh, there must be nothing here. We can go back to the tavern now.
Hold up.
Frick.
As he's asking that, one starts moving
Toward me?
up.
Up?
So yes.
Towards us.
Cass will summon a spear.
Then another.
They're
another.
coming.
Back up.
another. And I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Come on. I run out
Should I
of
make this
Wow.
roll disadvantage or not?
That's good.
Oh. Yeah. That's the roll that you were.
Yep. Until we level up. Alright, well that's a 15 and 18, so 20.
Okay. So. 20 for Ari. L.
10.
Caspian.
18.
18. Crow.
3.
Oh, honey.
I would like to go after
It's an
Crow.
uncomfy situation.
And as the zombies start breaching the water, that is where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Good night.